Hi. Okay, today we are going to learn how to search one of the library's databases. This database is called Academic Search Complete. I'm going to start from the library's homepage, and from this homepage, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on the link that says Bind. From here, I'm going to select the second link that says Article and eBook Databases. From here, you get to our database landing page. These beginning databases are going to be general interest databases that I think are overall useful. If you want to look at databases in a little bit more depth, you can go down and you can do databases by subject. This will show you all of the databases based on their subject areas and will give you databases specific to particular majors and disciplines. For today, we are just going to look at one of our basic databases, which is called Academic Search Complete. That one is located right here, and if I want to look at it, I click on it, and from here, I'm going to be asked for my login information. The login information is very simple. It is your last name and your student ID. Once I put that information in, I should get brought directly to the search page. So the reason why I show you Academic Search Complete first is that this database is part of a database subscription that we have through EBSCOhost. And EBSCOhost is a vendor that provides databases to libraries. So when you are searching a library database, you are searching across journals, newspapers, magazines, and some multimedia sources. So that's something to understand when you are searching one of these databases. You are not looking at our book catalog. You are looking just at articles and other things that are similar to articles through this interface. So the nice thing about Academic Search Complete is that you can use multiple search words. All right, so you may want to start your search broad, or you may want to go a little bit more in depth. So let's say that I'm searching about police brutality, and maybe I want to search a particular population or a particular geographic location. I'm going to try searching California. So there are a lot of ways to limit my search down here under search options. I'm going to leave these blank for now because I think they are kind of confusing, and you can see the same or similar ways to refine your search when you get to your search results. So I will click search and see approximately how many sources I get. So you will see here that in my search results, I'm getting 187 search results. And these are going to be a variety of different types of resources. So I'm going to show you different kinds of sources that are going to come up through Academic Search Complete. The first and most general kind of source is going to be an academic journal. I know something is an academic journal because it has this little icon next to it that says Academic Journal. There will be other types of sources like newspapers or magazines. Those will have a little icon next to them that either say newspaper or periodical. All right, that tells me that this is a popular source. It's not an academic source, it's a popular source. So let me show you how to refine results before we go in to look at a source. So over here on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of ways that I can refine my results. First of all, if I know I'm just looking for scholarly sources, I can click on that box that says scholarly, and it will narrow my results to being just the scholarly journals. The next way of limiting the results is to limit by date. So you can see here the results that we're looking at go back all the way to 1975. That's pretty old. I typically want to be searching for sources that were published within the last 5 years. So I could take this and I can limit, and now I am just looking at sources that were published within the last 5 years. Another way to limit is I can go here and I can look at geography. I could also look at subject. If I do the drop-down menu for subject, I can see that I could look at just things from the United States, or maybe even just from Los Angeles, California. I'm going to leave these alone for now because I want to see what types of results I got. So let's take a look. So you'll see we've got a bunch of different results here. You can read the titles in blue. You can read here where the source came from, and then the subjects. All right, there should be a PDF or HTML full text below, which is really helpful. So I'm going to just show you a couple features of how to look at and access some of these articles. If I click on the title, I'm going to get to a description of the article. That's going to give me subject terms, and then below it there's typically an abstract. This one does not have an abstract, which is very odd. So I'm going to go back out and I'm going to look to see if there's another one that has an abstract with it. So how about, let's see, police violence and public perceptions. So if I click on the title, I get to the title of the article, the authors, the journal where it was published, the subject terms, and here we go. This is what an abstract looks like. I want to read that abstract before I go in and look at the article, because academic articles tend to be quite long, and it will help me to understand the article if I look at the abstract first. Over here on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's a full text PDF. If I click on that, that's going to bring me to the article. Before I do that, there's a few things I want to show you here. On the right-hand side, you have all of these different tools. If you have your Google Drive open, you can click on this link and it will put this article into your Google Drive. If you want to email yourself the article, you can click on this link and it will email it to you. If you want to look at a citation for the article, if you click on the little cite button, it will bring up the different citations and citation styles. Typical citation style might be MLA, so there's the MLA citation for this particular article. Now let's look at the full text. Over here on the left-hand side, you see a full text PDF. I can click on that and I can open up the article. So here is the full text of my article with that same abstract that we saw on the database page and the full text of the article below. Again, you have those same options over here on the right-hand side, which may be cut off for you guys, but you can also put this into your Google Drive, email it to yourself, or cite as well. Okay, that was a fast / not that fast tutorial on some basic search tips for Academic Search Complete.